everything. They met in the darkest corners of life when both were struggling to make ends meet. Eva worked 2 shifts as a waitress, barely scraping by, while Liam hustled odd jobs, dreaming of breaking into the music industry. They had leaned on each other during those painful days. Late-night talks, cheap dinners, and promises of a brighter future tied their hearts together. Eva believed in him when no one else did. She saved from her meager earnings to buy him his first guitar. "You're gonna make it one day," she would whisper, her eyes filled with hope. Liam would hold her close and say, "And when I do, it'll be you and me against the world." But life had a cruel way of testing love. Liam's big break came sooner than expected. His song went viral, and doors opened for him overnight. At first, he remained the same. He would call Eva and share every little detail. But as success poured in, his calls became fewer and his replies grew shorter. Eva brushed it off, thinking he was just busy. She held on to the memories of when they had nothing but each other. So for his birthday, she planned the perfect surprise. She saved for weeks to buy him a watch he had once admired in a store window. She decorated her apartment with candles, balloons, and the smell of his favorite dish filled the room. As the hours passed, Eva's excitement turned to worry. Liam hadn't shown up. She called him repeatedly, but he didn't answer by midnight. Her heart was racing with fear and doubt. Something didn't feel right. Determined to see him, she grabbed the watch and headed to his new apartment. It was in a part of town she could only dream of affording, a testament to how far he had come. When she arrived, her heart pounded as she climbed the stairs. The door was slightly ajar, and laughter spilled out. Eva froze as she heard Liam's voice, warm and carefree, a tone he hadn't used with her in weeks. She pushed the door open and stepped inside. There he was, sitting on the couch with another woman, a stunning, elegant woman who looked like she belonged in the world. Liam was now a part of the woman laughed, as Liam whispered something to her, his arm draped casually over her shoulders. Eva's presence went unnoticed until the door creaked. Liam turned, his face dropping the moment he saw her. "Eva," he began, standing up, words failed him. The room spun as Eva tried to process what she was seeing. "I've been calling you all night," she said, her voice shaking. She held up the carefully wrapped box. I thought we were celebrating your birthday together." The other woman looked between them, clearly uncomfortable, but Liam said nothing. His silence was louder than any excuse he could have made.
Promises, the love we shared, been discarded like the memories of their struggles.
"You could have told me," she whispered, her voice breaking. "You didn't have to do this."
Liam reached out as if to comfort her, but she stepped back, shaking her head. "No, Liam, you don't get to hurt me like this and act like it's okay." She turned and walked out, her heart shattering with every step. The rain outside soaked her, masking her tears as she clutched a birthday gift that would never be opened. For weeks, Eva grieved, questioning what she had done wrong. But over time she realized it wasn't her fault. She had loved him wholeheartedly, stood by him when no one else did. It was Liam who had chosen to forget the woman who had been his anchor. As for Liam, his success grew, but so did the emptiness inside him. Late at night when the laughter faded and the crowds dispersed, he thought of Eva, of her unwavering belief in him, her sacrifices, and the love he had so carelessly thrown away. By then it was too late. Ava had moved on, stronger and wiser. She no longer waited for someone to validate her worth. She had learned the painful truth. Some people are only meant to be chapters in your story. Your story, not your whole book. She tried to walk down, her heart shattering with every step. The rain outside soaked her, masking her tears as she clutched a birthday gift that would never be opened. For weeks Ava grieved, questioning what she had done wrong. But over time she realized it wasn't hers and her fault. She had loved him wholeheartedly. For weeks Ava grieved, questioning what she knew, what she had done wrong. But over time she realized it wasn't her fault. She had loved him wholeheartedly, stood by him when no one else did.